And welcome back, everybody, to this episode. This is episode 6, and this is Test Drive Unlimited 2. You may notice that you can probably hear me a little bit clearer now. I'm using a new microphone that I picked up today. You may also notice that we've started in a slightly different location to where we left off on the last episode, and I'll explain why. There was a juddering, as you are well aware, when we go on off-road sections. Now, you'll notice that it's not doing it anymore. The reason for it was that there's a problem in-game on the PC version using controllers that have force feedback. Now, I've actually deactivated the force feedback, and now it's working perfectly. But just to give you an example of what it was doing, I've actually already filmed this once already, and I've reset this championship. I did a few races, and here is an example of what was actually happening. Yeah, not great, was it? So what I've done is I've reset the races, and we're going to start from here. We're going to get the B4 Championship done without all the juddering. Because quite frankly, you could probably do all of the you could have watched all of that with maybe a soundtrack in the background, a little bit of dubstep perhaps. That would have probably fit quite well with all the juddering. But anyway, let's crack on with this.
By and we need to hurry up. Let's meet the candidates for this timed challenge.
So we got a couple of time trials up first, and then I believe there are 2 races, and finally there will be an elimination style race, which we haven't actually tried. That will be the first elimination style race. Now, this is, out of the races we've done so far, this is the hardest one to actually complete, and in time as well. I can recall I had some great difficulties with this one previously when I've played this game. And yeah, you've just seen me take out something there. I'm still in front time-wise though, which is amazing. Should be way behind. Hopefully we won't do any more like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping I'm coming out loud and clear. This is a brand new headset. I've gone for a Turtle Beach X12. I was previously using a Microsoft headset, which I'd had for quite some time, but just hearing over some of the videos I had been doing, I was still coming out very quiet, and I think really the microphone was probably on its way out. So I'm hoping this one will be better. Today the package turned up with my Need for Speed games in it, and I haven't tried them out yet, but I've played them years and years ago. These are the Underground series and the original Most Wanted, which I'm really looking forward to let's playing. But before I do, I will be obviously finishing off this first. I don't want more than one driving let's play at any one time. And I've been looking for some retextured packs for it as well, because unfortunately, you know, as I'm sure most of you will be aware, it's an old game, or all 3 of them are old games, and without some form of HD resolutions, they do look very dated. And whilst I'm all for playing certain games with the original textures, for this one you want to be playing it where it looks you know, half decent and actually looks really quite nice on the textures and everything. So yeah, we will be applying a texture pack, and I've picked up a few, at least for Most Wanted. I haven't been able to find one for Underground yet. But so there we go. In other news, I've recently received an email from Ubisoft with regards to the driving sim The Crew, which is supposed to be out later this year, and coincidentally it's being released around the same sort of time as another racer, also on the same platform, specifically for the PS4. And I can't actually remember the name of the title off the top of my head right now, but yeah, it's two very similar racers, and I'm looking forward to both of them. But I'm not really sure which one I'll go for first. The Crew does look amazing, and I've...
Get ready, folks. This could be the turning point of the championship. Today, there's no room for errors. This is a race against the clock.
Yeah, she's got that right. No room for error. So yeah, I've been re-looking over The Crew, and the trailer that was shown back at E3 last year, I'm actually going to try and utilise some of the parts of that for making a new intro for my channel. The other one I actually ripped from somebody else who had placed it almost like a demo for some movie making program. I think it was some Sony movie making program, and you can find it quite readily on YouTube. And then I just spliced in a few extra clips. You know, he said, or rather the chap who created it said he was quite happy for people to use his creation, and he didn't want anyone, you know, he didn't need a like or a mention in the videos. Just, you know, that's what he'd made it for people to use. And of course I added my own little flavour to it, but I feel kind of a bit rubbish about it now, because essentially I'm stealing someone else's work. So I'm going to try and make my own out of clips from other games and splice them together and see if we can get something similar. But the Crew's trailer is amazing in certain places, so I think I'm probably going to nick a few scenes from that, a couple from a number of other games that fit with my channel. So it'll really be a couple from driving sims, a couple from maybe some zombie games, maybe a few from some recent first-person shooter games, and I'm also thinking of actually integrating some westerns into this channel, because I absolutely love westerns in just as a genre. Not quite as much as you know, the old zombie genre, but westerns in film and TV, you know, I love to death, and games as well. So what have I got planned for the future then with the channel in regards to westerns? I want to start off a gun let's play. It's a game back from, I've actually got the box in front of me. It's back from 2005. I'll just shut up for this bit.
Does our challenger have what it takes for this new timed event? The moment to prove his worth has finally arrived.
I do indeed. So in any case, yeah, we're going to start with gun 2005. Unfortunately, there are no HD packs for that, and this game, as soon as you see it, you will notice that it is extremely dated. There isn't really anything we're going to be able to do with that, but it still does make for good let's playing. You can maybe take a look at someone else's just to get a grasp of what it's going to look like. And what I'm going to do is aim for 100% playthrough on that, which is actually something that I've never done with guns specifically. I did get very close once, but there was a horse race or something similar that I wasn't able to do because it was just too hard. And there was also a couple of gold mines that I couldn't find, but I'm going to try and aim for a 100% playthrough of that, so that could be quite fun. And then moving on from there, we will have a look at the Call of Juarez series, starting with the beginning, and perhaps even, if I can get a half decent capture card, I will hook up to my PlayStation and we'll get a run through of Red Dead Redemption as well. Other than that, I've been looking into a couple of first-person shooters that we can add to the channel as well. I haven't really put my finger on any as of yet, which will, you know, at least make a starting position for first-person shooter genre for our channel. But it could possibly be BioShock. It might be the Crisis series, although I know they're rock solid hard. Yeah, I'm really not sure yet. I'll keep doing some research, and again, I want to do something that hasn't been played to death. I might even throw in one of the Cabela animal hunting games. Kind of boring and with all the stalking and everything, but I was watching the most recent one. It actually looked really quite fun. Not the hunting in particular, but the gameplay.
There. What drama! Apparently the Wilder brothers are squabbling with Stewart again. The pressure of the competition is really starting to show.
So that's in terms of those. For the racing, I think we're going to obviously complete this, at least as best I can. We will head after this over to one of the Need for Speed games and mosey on with one of those. Undead zombie survival games are actually quite few and far between. Once you take out the likes of Resident Evil, which again would be good for the channel, but they've also kind of been played to death. There are some new ones coming out fairly soon, which could be worth looking at. I think one's Dying Light. At least I think that's what it's called. Oh shit! That was the edge of the condo or whatever that was, apartment building I just hit there, but I don't think I was anywhere near it. So yeah, might have to take a look at one of those, perhaps Dying Light, perhaps there will be another game. They may even port what's the one that's on the Xbox One at the moment? Oh, Dead Space. Not Dead Space, what am I talking about? Although that is again another game we could look into, Dead Space. I've loved the Dead Space franchise. I've never played them on the PC. I have played them on the PlayStation, but they got traded in as soon as I platinumed them. So yeah, perhaps Dead Rising. Yeah, perhaps they're going to port Dead Rising 3 to the PC, who knows. And that's another race over. Boom. And not a judder in sight. This is feeling really, really, really good now. I'm really glad. I actually sorted it out without even needing to research. I just fiddled with the controls, or the options rather, and it sorted itself out. Not only did I turn force feedback off, I also turned off.
We find our competitors at the starting line for what promises to be an intense race.
Vibration, which, yeah, to be honest, was, you know, there's nothing wrong with vibration on the controller itself. Just, you know, I don't really need it to be able to enjoy the game. And let's face it, you guys don't know that the controller's vibrating, so why does it need to be on? So this is a lap-based race, and this is number 5. Ooh, jeez, that was close. Okay. Yeah, I can tell you, compared to when I was recording this yesterday, with the judders all over the place, this is smooth as a baby's bottom. This is feeling really, really good. So yeah, and so other than those, there's only a couple of other genres that I haven't really touched on, which again could be interesting for the channel. There's the likes of, well, there's RPGs. I'm definitely going to be adding some role-playing games to the channel, but I haven't really given them much thought yet. So I'll be looking into those at a later stage. We've also got the action-adventure genre. That's always worth a look. There is the strategy genre, so you know, the likes of StarCraft or any of those types of you know, RTS games. They could also be quite interesting. I've never been a major strategist. I tend to just want to rush through those games, and I know that there's a lot of micromanagement and macro management that's required, and a lot of it is just down to time. The problem that I have with trying to watch any type of RTS game on you know, anyone else's channel is that they just move too slowly. You know, for example, Civilization. The games just take far too long, and it's just the same over and over and over again. I know I could say exactly the same with a racing game. All you're doing is driving, but at least, you know, the races are a little bit different. You know, you're not seeing the same landscape over and over and over again. So that's definitely something we could look into as well. But for now, I'm going to try and not suck. Still 15 seconds ahead. God knows where the NPCs are. And that's another race down. So all we've got left now is the elimination. And then once we've done this, I'll just show you what I have been doing around the map as well. I haven't been anywhere outside of filming, so don't worry, but I've been marking specific locations in preparation.
I smell heated tires on the asphalt. The tension is mounting for this Eliminator challenge.
I'm not sure how she can, because we're not on asphalt at the moment, we're on dirt. Silly bint. Okay, let's get this going. Little bit of trivia for you. I've actually been doing a bit of research. I never actually completed this game, is one thing, so I will eventually be going in blind, which isn't a problem. I'm sure I will be able to tackle anything that this game has to throw at me. But I was under the impression that the championships would go B4, or rather C4 through to C1, B4 through to B1, and the A's, I believe, start at 7 or 8, I can't remember which, and head down to A1, being the final. Now, it actually turns out that there is B4 and B3, C4 and C3, and then A8 or 7 through to A1. Now, this is where I raise an eyebrow and I say, well, hang on, you know, I think it's Eden Games, and Oh, the other ones, I can't remember who they were. What happened with the rest of the championships? Did you just run out of money and you couldn't be asked to build them? Or, you know, what's going on? I mean, you did all of the A championships, so why couldn't you have finished off C and B? Annoying. I feel like I haven't got my money's worth. Hey ho. Never mind, we're just going to have to roll with it. So, this looks like it's going to be a fairly long race actually. So I'll just go through quickly what I was doing with the map. What I've done is I've before filming, I've loaded up a map that has the entire Ibiza island, because that is actually where we're racing. This is essentially Ibiza. And I've looked at a map online that has all the locations you know, noted, and in order to try and find some of the locations, because I wouldn't have a clue where all of them are anyway, so I have made notes on the actual in-game map via the edit button that you can put in. You can just tag where certain locations are, and I will be heading off to some of those locations to discover as much of the you know, the game as we can. It turns out that there's actually these chop shops where you can take your vehicles and have them upgraded, and you unlock more upgrade levels based on how far through the game you are, I think, or perhaps how much you've discovered. So that's kind of cool, and I know we've already found one, but I think it's an American, and I'm pretty sure we're not driving any American cars. We've got the Lancia, that's Italian I believe. We've got the Range Rover here, I'm pretty sure is English, is it? Oh, I'm hoping that's right. I know next to nothing about cars, so the locations they come from, you know, I'm terrible at them. If we'd taken the Hummer, we would have been able to upgrade it. That's all I know, because Hummer is American. I know that much. And of course I know that the other car that you can drive in this race type, which was the Volkswagen, that's German. Right, well, we're on our second, no, not second to last, third to last lap, and as I say, this one's going on for a little while, but we will get through this. So guys, if you've got any suggestions as to what I've been talking about in this episode with regards to games for certain genres, please leave a comment and just give me you know, a couple of examples of games for the different genres that you would most like to see played. You know, it might not necessarily be that you want to see the game played, but it might be that you want to see me play the game, if that makes sense. I am drawing the line at certain games, particularly those in the horror genre that you keep seeing all over YouTube with people's faces posted all over them. I do like horror, as I'm sure you can already gather with the zombie titles, but I scare extremely easily, and I'd rather not be here, or rather letting everybody on YouTube and around the world hear me scream like a girl if something jumps out at me. So yeah, no horror genre other than zombie titles, because generally speaking I can handle anything that zombies throw at me. Although I think I did squeal a little bit at yesterday's um, State of Decay playthrough. Now I've just noticed here the king of, or rather the kings of the off-road race type are supposed to be the Wilder brothers, but Ryan, who is still in, his brother Chris, he got kicked out first. There's something to be said for that. Hey ho. Well, here we go. 2 checkpoints left. And 1. And we are done. Boom.
It's your fault! What? You drive like a moron! Hey, don't insult me!
It seems that it's not party time for the Wilder brothers. But let's go join our big winner of the day. The Wilder brothers are left fuming as our new challenger walks away with the championship. Congratulations!
That's terrible. Okay. So, I'm loading up the map and you will be able to see if I switch over to here. These are all the areas that I've tagged. I haven't actually given a description to any of them, so I've got no idea what they are or what they do, but let's head this way first. It's only a couple of miles away, and once we hit this location, that is where we will end the episode for today. Once we've actually discovered what is there.
Turn right.
And I'm hoping it's going to be something really, really cool. And that is also, of course, so long as that I've actually tagged the right area, because I was looking at an overview of the Ibiza map with all these things tagged.
Hey there, it's Miami. You know, it isn't just about how well you drive.
Your destination
It's
is
about
3
how
miles
good you
away.
look when you're driving. There's a cosmetics clinic on Ibiza. Pay them a visit. A makeover might be just what you need.
Oh, lovely. What a cow. Taking your car wasn't enough for you then. What was I saying? That's really hellishly annoying. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I was looking at an overland
destination is 2 miles
based
away.
map, and it was so high you couldn't really sort of work out what was where, and you know, I think this one coming up might be a I'm not really sure what it is actually.
You have reached your destination.
Is that it back there? Seems to suggest that it was. Okay, we've got to find a way of getting past this barrier. It's probably back there, but or is this it? Here we go. Okay. What a cow, telling us that we need cosmetic surgery. Jesus. If there's anyone that needs cosmetic surgery, it's you, love. What a bitch. Oh well. So, what was it, this that I've tagged? It's just a petrol station. Why would I have tagged a petrol station? No, this can't be it. Let me just look at the map again quickly, guys. Sorry. Why would I have tagged this petrol station? It's not in here instead, is it, perhaps? Yeah, okay. Well, there is one rather close by. So if it's not here, we'll head over to the next area that I've tagged, and if that ends up not being it, then we'll just leave off wherever we end up. I'm just going to head off road here because I know it's saying I'm going in the wrong direction, but you can clearly see that
Your
I am going in the
destination
right
is a half a
direction.
mile away.
Right, so what do we have in here then? Can't see any flashing things above any of these buildings,
You
so...
have reached your destination.
Well, what the hell was tagged over here then? That's really annoying me. There was something tagged around this area. Oh, what's this?
Here you can create or join a club.
Ugh, no, not interested. Club, okay. Wow. It wasn't this one back here, was it, perhaps? Well, shit, what's there? No. We know about that. And we've passed through this place. And I don't think it was here. So, what was it? What? And, okay. Okay. We are going to head for... Yeah, we're going to head for here. And this is where we're going to end. And I'm actually going to follow the map marker on this one, just in case it ends up being through another little town that has some additional, shops or whatever inside it. Because it did look like it passed through a fairly major,
At the next intersection,
Ooh.
turn right.
fairly
Turn right.
major land mass. And I've got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. Oh dear, I do make myself laugh, which is really quite sad. No, I've got a feeling that this is going to be a fairly lengthy episode, which is never a bad thing.
Turn left.
Oh, missing a turning though
Turn left.
kind of is a bad thing. Hey, I think this is where we had our speed trap based. Well, shit. There's a car place. Okay. Hey, that was a Ferrari sign if ever I
Turn
saw one.
left.
Okay. So there's definitely a Ferrari, or rather Italian
Turn
cars
right.
shop here. So that's one less thing that we need to find now. Okay. So we will head this way. I'm
At the
not really
next
sure
intersection,
why it's
turn
getting me to
right.
turn right here. I will cut
Turn
left
right.
instead.
You are driving in the wrong direction. Turn around when
Give
possible.
a damn about the wrong direction,
You are
love.
driving in the wrong direction. Turn around when
Ow.
possible.
Ow. Wow, okay. That was terrible.
You are driving in the wrong direction. Turn around when possible.
Whoa. Here we go.
Your destination is 1.5 miles away.
So it also turns out that not only is there exploration points within this game for finding the majority of the roads and areas on the map, but it turns out you've also got
Your
to
destination is
find
1 mile away.
special areas to photograph, which is a little bit annoying.
Your destination is a half a mile away.
Aha, okay, here we go. This is something. This is definitely something, and it's a car location as well.
You've reached your destination.
Asian cars, eh? Ah, okay. I saw Subaru on here. So we shall finish off by taking a look inside of here and find out what they sell. So there's definitely a Subaru. Looks like there's might be Nissans here as well. Yeah, that's. I was going to say that's a 350Z, but it's not. It's a 370Z. Okay. Impreza. Skyline. Nice. And yeah, except not GTR. Hey ho. And not overly expensive, particularly. Hey ho. Right, okay, well, this is where we're going to end the episode for tonight. Once again, guys, if you can like, comment, and subscribe, that really helps out the channel. And enjoy your meals. Thanks and good night. Much love. Take care, and I'll see you later.